Hello and welcome back to the Banner Saga 2. He's doing bugger all this fight, I've got to say. No point dropping in a rain of arrows on him. What's the range on Bird of Prey? Not quite. Move up. Turn. Yes, we're actually having to close on these guys through their spear throwing and their minor graphical glitches. Yeah, there are definitely a few graphical glitches at this point, aren't there? No idea why, but... We've mastered the secret of invisible warriors! We'll beat them for certain! Yeah, no idea what's causing that. Probably something weird deep within the code. Bird of Prey. Take Bird of Prey. Shooter. Should be enough to take it down. Yep. Only one left. Move up. And turn. Move up to head towards attack range. Ah, we probably need to take out the one who's all the way over there, don't we? Even though she's technically not actually on the battlefield. Move up. Take her out. Take her down to not much health. Ooh, good kill. Must have been a crit. There she's actually advancing and doing something. Move up. Target. Shatter her armor. So yeah, he's not even going to close to attack range. There's no point. Move you up. Almost dead. Nid, take it down. That was an easy fight. If you've got archers, the enemy's buggered. Which is why I use so many of them. The bastards. Bastards? The bastards. A slight, cream-coloured horseborn with flaxen hair steps out of the ranks of the wounded. Her blue war paint stands out against those of her otherwise yellow coloration. The remaining horseborn show deference to her. She says a few things in the foreign tongue of her people, but stops when she sees you do not understand. "Forgiveness," she says fluently. "I speak to you. You have my weapon." Ah! They're surrendering, or possibly offering their services. "Sorry for fight. Not know it you." She speaks your language with confidence. "What do you mean? And who are you?" "I lead herd. I am..." The next word is long, shrill and confusing, but certain sounds stand out. "Canary?" Canary smiles and stomps the ground rhythmically with a hoof. "That easy. Canary, yes. And you?" "My name is Alette. Good greetings. Our stories tell of stranger who come help us. You, two legs that walk along four. My kind with you already." She points to the horseborn in your ranks. "How am I supposed to help you?" "Save us. We look strong, but weak against." She searches for the words, but can only point all around. "When sun stops and plains break and gods appears, follow two legs that walk along four. This is our story. We hold true. You see these things." The sun has stopped, and I've seen the ground breaking. But what god are you talking about? Large snake. Not from this plane. The serpent. Certainly could be a god. You have seen the god too. You know these signs. You lead us. We follow. Canary looks at you with a steady gaze instead of the constant movement you experience with Deirdre. You can join, but keep your distance from the others. Join but not join? It will take time for the others to accept you. We will still have guards watching you to make sure we can trust you. Understand. Herd is strong now. Herd will last. Thank. She bows again, motions to her people, and all the horsemen join your ranks at a respectful distance. Well, they'll be useful. You never know when a cavalry charge is going to come in handy. And I suspect centaurs can manage a pretty bitchin' cavalry charge.
They say the moon and stars are always visible when you look at Lauga's GodStone. How can that be true?
Oh, stretchy, stretchy. Very pretty. The moon, her spirit, the stars, her eyes, Aleo says, plucking a few strings of his instrument. Lauga, the god of beauty and of, well, things that happen in the night. The Skald smiles. The gods may be dead, but my wife still prays to Lauga. I'm thankful for her piety. The Skald is not the only one smiling. A quick look around reveals grins throughout the caravan. I see where Albarang has grown so quickly over the years, you say, and the Skald laughs. A truth spoken in front of Lugia's stone is supposed to ripple through the night, either strengthening a lover's resolve or carrying away undesired affection. Aleo skips away to find his wife. The sight of so many of your people showing each other affection warms you. You recall Gil, the boy from your village of Skagar who tried so hard to impress you, and you wonder if there'll ever be another. That was depressing. Onward we go.
Finally, we made it.
Aha! Did we actually make that
But
within the time
why are so
limit?
many camped outside the walls? They must have seen the darkness approaching.
Wind ripples across tents which multiply the closer you get to Albarang. Dung litters the paths, and it is clearly not from a yox. Rattling coughs mixed with raucous laughter. Small fights break out for no apparent reason, and curious eyes grow wide as they spot the Varl and the Horseborn. Mothers grab their children, men their weapons. Various clan banners snap and whip in the wind, and you recognise the heraldry of Kulush's from Alo's Tales, and Strand banner from previous talks with Unbin. There are even a few Cragsman banners by their muddy appearance. You also notice the division between each clan. There's no mixing or unity. I'll push ahead, Prince Luden says. My father will want to see me, and I'll be able to find out what exactly is going on here. Yersa and a few fighters escort him through the crowds towards the walls. Old Adkan's people are here, you hear a woman from your caravan shout. I have to check on him. Others are finding familiar clans and kin as well, slowly drifting from your banner. Bring them here. Bring Adkan and the others to us. Some of the folks around the fires look half-starved and gladly join, making their way towards the supply carts. Others pack their meager possessions and fall in line. Gained a decent number of fighters there. Where the crowd is the most dense in volume and numbers, the caravan comes to a stop. Ahead you notice a sharp line where the tents and people stop. The ground beyond is pinned with arrows and not much else. A few hundred yards of empty space between these people and Albarang's walls. What is this? Sorry. What is this? You ask, confused by all you are taking in. That's the peaceful bit, an older fighter says near you. Looks the type who's seen enough things to lack enthusiasm for much of anything. King's men can't kill us from the walls, and we can't kill them from here. Well, what's caused the fighting, you ask? The man smiles, his face unaccustomed to the action. Come on, Sunder Slayer, he says. Same damn thing that causes every fight. They got something we want. King's got food, protective walls, and we're starving with our asses facing the rolling darkness. His words deal you a heavy blow. So Arbarang's at war? The man laughs a wicked laugh. That's putting it lightly, he says. For what I can tell, this is the rest of our kind. We brought the last of the Varl, even dragged some of those worthless horseborn. This fight's for survival. Winner lives, loser's gone. Forever. His laugh turns to hysteria and you leave unsettled. Flaming marvellous. So rather than getting everybody behind the walls where they can potentially cover themselves... Hey, we made it. The Yoks attended and the tents aligned as best as possible. Some are repairing their armour, others look anxious to talk to various clans. The Val King's eyes scan the fields as he approaches. I want to know what's going on here as much as you, he says, but we'd better find a way to defend our gear and supplies. Those other clans could form a mob if they discover we have food. Seeing hungry guys all around, you agree. We've got an issue, Oddleif says. I don't know why, but the other clans don't like the Horseborn, or the Val for that matter. They're starting trouble and I'm going to stop it. Okay. Start with the defences. You post a few guards before assembling a team to help you find wood for stake walls. Work is hard, even with the help of Hakon and a few other Varl. When the wood is cut and hauled back, Hakon turns to you. We do the heavy lifting, you tell us where to build it. We instruct a few others to oversee your plans for a rough defensive structure. The mood has changed since you started working. Another clan attacked us, we lost some people, the fighter said. They said we were wrong for bringing the Varl and Horseborn along. You feel their accusing stares, but say nothing. As soon as you find a stump on which to sit, you look up to see Ruger approaching. The former governor is backed by nearly 50 fighters as he walks towards your camp. Everyone watches, out of curiosity more than concern. I've discovered what these battle lines are all about, Ruger says. The king shut his people out. These clans are here to see that he feeds and protects his people as he's supposed to, and they've chosen me to lead that cause. Can I put an arrow through your face? The tent flaps close, leaving you and Ruger alone, both armed. No need to mince words now, is there? I know you want to kill me. Only when I think about how you betrayed us. Let's be clear. If either of us leaves this tent without the other, the fields around us will turn red. Then talk quickly. I don't want to look at you longer than I have to. Ruger snorts his amusement. I wasn't making that stuff up outside about the king. He really has shut all of us out. It started a few months ago when he started stockpiling food and slowing trade. Once the wealthy families were all pulled inside the walls, he shut the gates. The only thing he said that he can't feed everyone. Oh, and his archers fire on anyone who gets too close. You watch Ruger closely while deciding what to say. To what end? That's what the upcoming battle aims to find out. You want to go to war to ask the king a question? No, I want to go to war to make the king answer a few questions, like why he'd leave his people outside the walls to starve. So you plan to break down his walls. It's the last thing I want to do. We need those walls to stop the dredge and whatever else is coming behind them. But if we have to destroy them, we will. Maybe the menders inside can repair any damage. There might be ways past the first few walls, but the Black Wall? The governor just shakes his head. So war is unavoidable. Probably. I officially meet with the king in a few hours to either come to an agreement or pull our banners from his. I wouldn't be surprised if you're invited too, mighty Sundra Slayer and army. If so, make your decisions carefully. His tone is not exactly threatening. Not exactly. You move the tent flaps and both of you open them simultaneously so that no fight breaks out. Fan-flamin-tastic. Out good in the market. Yeah, well, there's only 30 food available, so we might as well buy all of it. Yeah, nothing I really need there. Look at our heroes. There's got to be at least a few ready to level up. Specifically you. Getting promoted to rank 10 because you are just that awesome. And you need another point in Artery Strike and another point in Exploit. 25% chance to cause puncture. That's definitely worth it. Okay. Found that. Nid is pretty good, but I don't really need her. You. You are kind of my... Yeah. No, you can't level up. I implied she had a promotion available, but... Oh, she's still got 6 points. Whoops. That'll teach me to not pay attention. Half a dozen points, eh? Alright. Decent chance to cause puncture. And 3 points in will. So that she can stay on Overwatch even longer. That's good, that is. Okay. So ranked to 10, ranked to 10. There is actually an achievement for managing to rank everybody, for getting a whole bunch of people to level 10, but God knows how the hell you're meant to get that many, that high. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Dum-de-dum-de-dum. Okay. I think that's all nicely done. Right. Let's just go straight to the meeting tent. Before you head towards the large tent, Oddleaf stops you. Are you certain you're ready for what could happen out there? A worried look is infectious. King may be a decent man, but I doubt he's kept his throne by always following the rules. I'm prepared for whatever the king and clans decide. I'm glad to hear the confidence in your voice, Oddleaf says. Just be careful. I'll be back here with the rest of the clan if you need me. You smile and make your way past the line of clansmen, marking the boundary of the peaceful bit. That felt like the are you ready for what's going to be a final confrontation. The voices coming from under the tent are loud, animated. Best we could. You've done well. I never thought I'd see my son again. We've all had our easier journeys. The king's cheerful mood lessens. He's about to say something when he sees you approaching. Who's this? Greetings, King Meinhof. My name is Alette, and I'm from Skagar. Luden steps forward. Father, this is the Sundra Slayer I told you about. King Meinhof glances at you and sighs. Son, you can introduce your pretty country girl later. You and Luden both turn red, but you temper your anger as the king addresses Hakon. It pains me to hear you've lost so many of your hardy warriors, Hakon. But tell me, where's Jorundur's Kenda, Vognir? Vognir died protecting your son. I was Vognir's Kenda. With Jorundur's death at Irontoft, I'm the king of the few remaining Vaal. The king says nothing, contemplating the news. Your walls are the last hope for my people. No sense in denying it. I understand, and of course you'll have refuge here. It's the least I can do for bringing my son back alive. It'll be tight, but I'm sure we can find a place for you. King Meinhof, Alette here is as much responsible for the prince's safe return. She has quite a few clansmen. Careful, Vaal King. This is the human capital. My generosity has already stretched thin. Hakon looks at you and shrugs. Tell me, girl, why are you leading an entire caravan of humans and horseborn? Why didn't one of the men take point? My name is Alette, King Meinhof. And what difference does that make? The difference between me showing you respect or not. Don't try to make me feel small by calling me girl or child. But you are I am the clan leader of Skagar, and I have fought to save every one of my clansmen. That is why they follow me. The king stares at you and finally nods. I can see the resolve in your eyes. You've seen things beyond your years. Unfortunately, it doesn't change how many Aberrant can support. Only now do you see Ruga and 24 fighters approaching, and the king's guards look concerned. You're an idiot, Ruga. What the hell? What's with the sheep? Ruga. Meinhof. I should have killed you when I had the chance. You tried, remember? Did the Sundra Slayer convince you to open your gates to your people? You will never enter my gates again. I hoped you died in Boarsgard. How is it you've come to speak for all these clans? People you've turned your back on, since they needed a leader they could trust. Again, how have you come to speak for them? Did you fool them like the people of that rotten town you governed? The only fool here is the outnumbered king, believing he still has a say in what happens now. Don't make us breach your walls, we'll just have to repair them once we're inside. Guys. Dredge. Darkness. Stop being pillocks. I doubt either of you will be in charge of anything when that darkness washes over us. I've got the Valkyr and Mendes seeing to that inside. They'll come up with something. And even if they fail, I'll still be able to watch this bastard fall to that darkness from my walls. There's the true heart of the Meinhof, I know. Alette, look at the people out there. Our people. They need food, clean water. Not that poison in the river. They need protection. You can't allow this king to keep us from safety after all this way. She doesn't have to. I'll find a place for the people under your banner, Alette. A place inside the walls, alongside the Val. A place this vain man will never be allowed again. That's enough. Both of you are bickering like children instead of leaders. And you, Giant, joining this king after all we did to keep your people alive? Traitor! Hakon growls and flexes his grip on his axe. All parties look angry and tense. Then they look at you. The problem is, Ruger's a tit, and I refuse to agree with him. Even though probably he's kind of right. But, good. I'm granting you and your people. Even those horseborn into my walls. But move quickly. I thought I taught you better, Alette. This isn't how you play the game. Yeah, it's not a game, dipstick. Alette's journey. Ruger blows 3 quick bursts into a war horn. You look back and see a fight breaking out along the defences you built. Humans and Val defending your camp. You hear Ruger swearing at his failed ambush. Without warning, Ruger pulls his cloak-pin dagger and lunges at Meinhof, who shifts slightly, the blade only piercing his side. Before anyone can react, Ruger slinks behind his fighters who are charging you. Hakon and King Meinhof. Everyone to the walls! You shout. Protect the king and the Val! Hakon nods his appreciation just before the clamour of war envelops you both. This feels like the big final battle, I've got to say. Which would be handy, because that means I've got all of tomorrow to do the Battlefleet Gothic review, because I've got my guest star turning up again, as you'll know by the time you see that review. Yeah, and I haven't actually finished the script yet. Ambush! Meinhof, you're wounded! Just a flesh wound, though I feel odd. Depths take Ruger. Rally the troops! Yeah, Ruger does seem like the type who'd use a bloody poison weapon. Yeah, it seems like just the scumbag's style. Reasonably solid defensive formation, archers, units on the flanks. Overwatch, if they want to come for us, let's make it hurt. So I have heard some rumblings from the forums that the ending's kind of disappointing because it's clearly Ruger's been recruiting Cragsmen. Yes, I've heard rumours that the ending's kind of disappointing. Don't know if that's true or not because I haven't seen it yet. But, nice shot. Yeah, interesting. You could throw stuff. You're an axe thrower. Useful skill if you can master it. It's only going to do 1 damage, but oh well. 1 damage is still 1 damage. And I love it when they're foolish enough to bring themselves into Alette's range. Right, close to skirmishing distance. Target his armour. Break off back to our lines. Okay, Roeth. Move up to support that flank. Continue to overwatch. At least a few of these guys are gonna hurt when it comes through. Move up. Bring the pain. Ooh, good shot. And he's about to walk straight into that, which is a 3-hit. Which is enough to take him down. Lovely. Target. Nice hit. Ooh, 15 damage, bloody hell. No, that wasn't an attack, that was a bloody massacre. Massacre? Massacre. Massacre? Nice shot. Move up. Take that guy out. Move back. So yeah, if they want to get into attack range, they have to walk through her field of fire. And granted, it's not hideously effective against an unshaken enemy, but against one who has taken some damage, it's pretty nasty. Particularly as it seems to ignore armor, or rather, it ignores the deflection chance of armor. I've yet to see an attack from Overwatch get deflected because of armor. Wow! That was actually a really powerful attack. Well done. Didn't help you much. Shoot him right in the armor. Take him down. Go to pillage. Close the horseborn in on him. No, use mule kick. Good hit. Oh, he's dead. Wasn't expecting him to die. Or did mule kick effectively mean he moved within a let's engagement envelope? Nice! Didn't know that was a combination, but that shall be useful. Probably on repeat playthroughs rather than this one, though. King Meinholf regains his footing and falls back towards Arbarang's walls as his forces rush past him into the fray. You wave the banner of Skogor and your clan surrounds you. To the gates, you shout, over the clash of axes and the hammers on shields. By the time your caravan is inside Arbarang's outer wall, the gate is mostly compromised. Ruger's forces are on your heels, and they brought bears. Cut them off or they'll overrun us, shouts King Meinholf, before wincing and grabbing his side where Ruger stabbed him. I want archers behind those barricades! Oddleif and your other archers find protected positions, and more arrows are laid at their feet. She nods to you, and the battle begins. Oh, bollocks, that means I can't use my archers. Oh, I can use Canary, though. You're a ranged fighter, aren't you? Yeah, you can have that. I think... yeah, so I'm definitely putting you in, because you could be useful. And what the hey, I'll put you in as well. Force made up largely of horseborn, because my bloody archers are busy. Okay. King Meinholf. So yeah, he's definitely been poisoned. Thought so. What the hell's all that? I don't see her anywhere. Ah, there she is. Okay. Started to feel weak. Did Ruger poison me? Protect the king! Kill the king! Alright. This feels to me like it's probably going to be the last part, but either way, that's a good point to end, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you in the next and probably final part.